Together with us today is Mr. Hans Westberg, the big boss and the CEO of Ericsson. Hans, we were down in Sweden in May, and then I met your predecessor. The day we left, you took over the job. How has it been?
I think that first of all, I'm appointed new CEO from the 1st of January, so we are still in a transition, but of course I've started to do a lot of work in that new position, so it has been very inspiring. Of course, I've been working for Ericsson 18 years. I've never worked somewhere else, so of course it's a great challenge, but also a fantastic opportunity to lead this company in the future.
Come January 1st, you're going to put your own vision into this company?
I think that I have been part of the executive management team for the last 7 years. I've been working very close to our current CEO for the last 7 years as well. So of course we share a lot our views how the companies will be steered and the strategies. But what is interesting with this industry is how fast it changes. If you look back this last 7 years, how much we have changed, we have acquired companies, we have changed structure, etc. So I guess the next 7 years, which I hopefully will be there as well, or how many years it's going to be, it's going to be a lot of new decisions. But the main strategy we still share between Carl-Henric and me, so it's not that I come up with a new thing the 1st of January, but the pace of the industry will of course require quite a lot from me.
I'm sure you've noticed the aggressiveness of the Chinese vendors. How is Ericsson holding up to this?
I think that what is important for us is that we are very strong in 175 countries in the world. We are the technology leaders in basically all telecommunication areas. We are very strong in services. We need to work from our strength. I mean, there is always going to be competition. If it's an Asian or a European, we just need to see that we use our strength as a company. And I think that's what we need to lift up, and we will continue to do.
And what strength is it?
The strength is that we have a unique capability when it comes to technology. We are in the forefront of all technologies, as well as we have a very strong local support in all countries where we are present, where we can work with operators, helping them to solve their problems. And of course, in a world where everything's going much more from hardware to software, much more from selling boxes to make services integration, that's of course important to be very strong in each and every local country as well.
You were talking about convergence, but would we see Ericsson moving away from its traditional telecommunication business and more towards encouraging more convergence?
I think from a network point of view, I think we see that more and more, that we will work with converged network, where basically the access is going to be different. It can be mobile phone, it could be a fixed line, it could be PC, computer, but the whole network behind it can actually be converged. Here with Ericsson we're working quite a lot. You have the same transmission, you have the same core network, you have the same routing, etc. And here we have acquired companies, and we really want to take a very strong hold. And what is more important in the convergence, of course, that you have the resources and integration resources and service people that can actually take it from A to B in that converged network. So yes, you will see us more in that domain when it comes to network convergence.
Let's move 7 years ahead. What technology would you think that would be at the forefront of Ericsson?
I think that LTE will of course then be much more massively deployed. But I think what is more important, if you look out 7 years from now, we will have passed 7 billion mobile subscribers in the world. We probably have 3 billion mobile broadband subscribers in the world. We have a unique capability in this industry to, of course, take advantage of this fantastic coverage that we have. And what I will see is, of course, that different industries will start using our technology much more, our technology, the vendors and the operators' technology. That I think is important. And what I envision in 2020 is that we will not talk about subscribers anymore in mobile networks. We'll talk about connections. We'll talk about 20 billion. In 2020, we're going to have 50 billion connections. And we're going to have so much more connected to that fantastic network that we have deployed and that mobile broadband we have. We're going to have devices connected. We're going to have some that is going to be very intense, some that's going to only have connection to the network once a year or once a quarter. We're going to have people using mobile broadband every 5 minutes. So we're going to have a totally different type of network topology in the future. And I think that that's why the convergence is important, and the new access technologies like LTE and HSPA is going to be important.
Maybe you can tell our Malaysian audience a bit more about the advance of LTE.
The LTE, from a technology point of view and a network point of view, has now been tried, tested. We made the first test with the chipset, so it's working right now. We're going to have some early deployments coming out next year. I think that LTE is an important technology, and it's going to converge all technologies basically to one. I think that's important. Then different operators will go in different pace here, depending on what type of network topology they have and what type of elements they have. And in certain regions, they will go a little bit ahead because what type of assets they have. I still believe that HSPA has a lot more development to do, and I think that's is sort of the main stream for quite a while, but LTE will be around later on.
Malaysia is your Southeast Asia hub. What do you think Ericsson can do more for Malaysia, Southeast Asia?
We have the last several years has been investing quite heavily in Malaysia. This is our hub for the region, both when it comes to management, but more importantly, even for competence. So we deploy competence from Malaysia. I think that we will continue to see that investment and see that we have very good competence here that can be deployed whole out to the Southeast Asian region. So I think that we will continue to do, and of course it comes a little bit with business as well. So of course we need to have business in the region, but I still see a great opportunity in this region for business.
I know you gave us a very politically correct answer about taking over from Carl, but what are your three priorities now?
I think that the three main priorities I have, and first of all, the convergence is happening all around the world. We have acquired a lot of companies in that domain, especially on the fixed side. To get a very strong foothold in the convergence is one of the areas where we're important. The second is, of course, keeping the leading edge in our wireless technologies. We are in the forefront on WCDM, LTE, etc. Continue to have that. And third is, of course, see that we can solve our customers' problems. That would be the three main priorities that I have right now.
Will your sister companies like Sony Ericsson be able to take advantage of the convergence that Ericsson is at the moment going towards?
I think that Sony Ericsson has been placed in a very important segment of the market, which has been having some challenges lately. But I think that the brand and the strategy of the brand is extremely important. The Sony Ericsson is very strong. I think that coming out now the next couple of quarters, years, we're going to see a very strong portfolio coming out. And I think that they will take advantage of what's happening in the industry, especially with mobile broadband, more data, and much more feature-rich phones going forward.
One last question, Hans. In the technology world, the users tend to be a bit shy of big corporate giants like Microsoft. Do you have any fear that Ericsson will be moving towards that direction, where you become a big giant that they don't recognize, that they do not want to be associated with?
You always need to be nervous what can happen around you, so I wouldn't say that I don't think about it. But on the other hand, this is extremely competitive industry. I mean, we talk about having 15 vendors for 5 years ago in the network infrastructure, and maybe of a couple or a handful right now. So it's a very competitive market. So I have a hard time to see that they think that we are a giant. It is a tough market out there. But you always need to be extremely flexible, very quick to decisions. And I think that's what we need to work with, so nobody feels like we are a giant or not are being responsive. And that's why we should continue to invest locally, so we're close to our customers, take the decisions quickly, and can show that we have people that understand their business and can be very close to our customers.
Thank you. That was Mr. Hans Wessberg from Ericsson. Thank you.